Yemeni #1.
What's up, you silly bitches? I hope you guys had a great week. It's good to be back. I'm drinking a Diet Canada Dry. I'm trying to lose weight. Because no matter how much weight I lose, I always think I'm fat. You might not know this, but my last name, Eshaq, my drill instructors in boot camp wouldn't call me that. They called me Eat Snacks. It's a funny nickname. I like it. I liked it. I thought it was very clever. These guys were really funny. They were funny to me because they weren't my dad. My dad was terrifying. Like, yeah, legit. Like, if you don't know anything about me, I joined the Marines to get away from my dad. I was the only one in boot camp like, there's air conditioning here? This is great. I thought I was going to be tortured. I never watched one military movie before joining the Marines. I had no idea what I was going to get myself into. In my mind, I thought we were going to be outside all the time, eating bugs, killing babies, to prove that we're willing to do what we need to do to protect America. That's what I thought. Then I got to boot camp and I was like, there's a cafeteria too? So, I always think I'm fat. Because I used to be fat. And a lot of people in my family are fat. I don't need to get a 23andMe test to find out that I'm going to be fat for life. So, Canada Dry, bitches. Anybody who is in Seattle, I will be out there at headlining Club Comedy January 6th and 7th, I believe. Let me double check. I should write this stuff down. But I have it in my calendar, so I don't have to think about it. Yes, 6 and 7, Friday and Saturday. 2 shows on each day. Early show and late show. Get your tickets. Come see me headline Club Comedy in Seattle for the first time ever. It's going to be a good time. Can't wait. Then I will also be at... I'll be in San Diego doing the Madhouse Comedy Club the 14th. And I'll also be doing Twigs that day. There's a little coffee shop called Twigs. Comedy Heights does a show there. I love doing that room. If you really want to see me like in a nice little, cool little area like that, the room is amazing. It's next to a coffee shop. It's part of a coffee shop, but it's one of the coolest rooms. I love it. Twigs. So you'll see me there. And then I believe I'm also doing the Madhouse on the 15th of January. And then Sacramento, I'm coming out to you. I will be featuring at Laughs Unlimited in Sacramento the 17th and 18th of February. And I'm booking more shows. And anybody listening, 206-207-5422. That's the number. 206-207-5422. Text Mike to that number. It'll ask you 3 questions: email, name, zip code. That way I'll send you a message when I'm in your area. And I'll only be sending you messages if I'm in your area. I won't be bombarding you with anything. So, yeah. What's up, everybody? What's up, Bolty in the chat? What's cracking? Feels good to be back. I don't know if you guys noticed this, but they discovered fusion energy, bro. And that is fascinating. If anybody doesn't know what fusion energy is, I don't either. But the Cliff Notes version is the sun has the ability to create fusion energy by creating so much heat that it takes the atoms and they lose their negative charge, and now they're just positive nuclei bouncing around. But problem is that since they have the same polarity, since they're both positively charged, the atoms won't collide. They repel each other, like two straight guys at a sex party. Like really super straight guys that just like, I don't like seeing naked guys around me at a sex party. It's not like I've ever been at a sex party. I'm just imagining this is what it would be. I got invited to a sex party, but I don't know. I'm just not into people watching me. Like that. So basically these atoms won't collide. If we can get the atoms to collide, it would explode and create so much energy, and then we can harness that energy, and that's how the sun makes energy. And now they want to try to create that here on the planet. And the only way to do that is they got to blow up atoms. They got to blow up an atom, and what better place to blow anything up than the country that knows how to blow shit up, and that's America. And we did it out here in California, man. I was looking it up, man. That shit really blew me away too. It's like the idea of them figuring out, and the breakthrough. I guess they create the breakthrough that they had was they were able to create more energy than they use. You still got to use a shitload of energy. They're shooting lasers at atoms and getting them to collide and fuse together, and that's what creates these little small explosions. I think it's fascinating. I love it. But from what I was reading, it looks like it's going to be forever. Like, do you guys remember Back to the Future? Do you remember like Back to the Future 2? When at the end of Back to the Future 1, Doc Brown shows up in a futuristic DeLorean. It's flying now. He's come from the future. And before they take off, he's like, don't we need to go back, to drive, to get up to 88 miles an hour so that we go into the future? And he's like, no. He's like, and he has this thing called Mr. Fusion in the back, and it looked like a little blender. And then he opened up this little blender that said Mr. Fusion. And he's like, in the future, there's fusion energy. And then he just throws trash in there, like a Miller Lite can and some trash, and then closes it, and that creates energy. The idea is that one day that's going to happen. Bro, I don't know when something like that's going to happen. My cat wants to get on the podcast. But from what I was reading, it's like they need to they're only able to shoot the laser. So this place is called the National, what is it called again? Let me see here. I know I got it written down here. It's called the National, here we go. The National Ignition Facility. It's basically this giant place that has nothing but a fucking laser. They're just shooting this like immense, crazy, powerful laser, and I think it's the most powerful laser in the entire planet. And they're able to successfully do it one time a day, but like for it to get to a point where we can actually create power, they're gonna have to be able to get it to do it 10 times a second. So like we're a long ways away, but I don't know. I just think it's fascinating. I love science and I love these things, but then at the same time, I just read an article that they discovered that snakes have clits. Would you look at that? Most research has focused on male snake genitalia, leaving female anatomy overlooked. Like even the bro. Girls be getting it, man. Girls be getting it, man. I'm not gonna lie. Like it is a man's world. It is what it is. It is a man's world. It's like the majority of people that are in science are men, and of course that's all they're gonna be looking at. But to me, it's just fucking crazy that they just discovered that. Like, I get it that okay, sure, we're not trying to look for clits. Like, that's probably like not the most important thing. But you don't think that we would have figured that out already? It's like this one veterinarian that told us that our mom's cat was a fucking girl. So we named it a boy's name, and then we took it to the vet, this new vet, and the vet's like, no, this is a girl. And then we were like, oh, fuck, well, we can't change its name. Then we kind of felt bad. We're like, hey, it's not like the cat knows gender-specific names and shit. Then we take it to another vet, and the vet's like, no, man, this cat's a boy. Look, it's got balls. And I'm just like, you motherfuckers. Like, why the fuck? Like, I'm fucking scared to, like, go to the doctor now. I'm becoming that type of old man. When I was a kid, I'm like, oh, you need to cut into me? Yeah, sure, no problem. Now I'm just like... But anyways, they found clits on a snake. When Megan Falwell discovered a clitoris on a snake she was dissecting, she says she felt like a kid in a candy store. What the fuck? What's the date on this? Yeah, it was this week. As a matter of fact, it was the same day they discovered fusion. Yo. Megan Falwell. Big ups to Megan Falwell for finding the clit. I mean, it just goes to show, man. Like, so many women just be complaining that men can't find their clit. And now we're finding out that fucking for eons, no male scientist has discovered the clit. Like, was she looking for the clit? Megan Falwell discovered a clitoris on a snake, right? And she goes, I was just kind of jumping up and down, which is terrible to do with a scalpel. Oh, she's funny. So now, this scientist in Australia can now claim the distinct honor of being, as far as she knows, the first scientist to discover a snake's clitoris. I'm going to tell you what, man. The woman I saw getting interviewed for the fusion thing. Now, I know it's a team of fucking people. I know for sure it's a team of people, right? And as a matter of fact, I saw like a group picture. There's all kinds of people in the picture, you know, varying from different types of races. But the person that was being interviewed about it was this Asian woman. And it's almost like they were giving her credit. Like maybe she was leading this investigation. And you know, like when it comes to like Asian culture, man, like, see, Megan Falwell, this Australian woman, is going to go home and tell her white mother and father she discovered the clit. She found the clit. She found the snake's clit. Great. Now what? Now we're going to teach the male snakes how to lick the clit? Are the female snakes not happy? What's this going to do to change the world, Megan Falwell? Huh? But she's going to go home, and her mom and dad are going to be so proud. They're going to make posts on Facebook. They're going to throw a party for her. Family are going to come fly down. There's going to be a banner on her porch. Congratulations on finding the clit, Megan. Yay! Now female snakes can finally bust a nut. A clit or whatever. And apparently they have two of them. They have two clits. Which kind of makes sense because then the tongue is like the tongue is split, right? A snake's tongue is Oh my God, I think I just proved that snakes eat pussy. Bro, now we need to fucking dump $7 billion into finding out, do snakes know? Are male snakes, is it important for a male snake to make a female snake come? Is that? So Megan Falwell discovered the clit on a snake, went home to her family, And they were like, "You're amazing." And then they, this Asian girl, who I don't even know if she, part of me is wondering, because I just glanced at the article. It was an interview of her. To me, I'm like, why are they interviewing the Asian woman? I didn't do that much research to find out. It's either she led the thing, or, you know, the article I'm reading was being woke, and they were like, oh, okay, so out of these group of people who did this, the majority of them being white guys, oh, look, there's an Asian girl. You're going to be the star of the thing. I don't know. But any money, dude. Regardless of, she going to go home to her parents, and they'd be like, we discovered fusion energy, Mom and Dad. And then the parents are going to grill her. Oh, yeah? So, what's, you know, okay, and, well, you know, we figured out how to do it like one time a day, but we have to figure out how to do it 10 times a second. And that would be the end of the conversation. Everyone would just give her the cold shoulder. They'd be like, you need to get back to work. What are you doing here having dinner with us? Are you serious? Do you know how much work you have in front of you, lady? Get the fuck out of this house and get to work. Sometimes I'm really glad I'm not Asian. But sometimes I'm like, man, I wish I was Asian. Especially when you see their hair, man. How many Asian men are bald? Not many. How many Arab men are bald? Almost all of us. Guys, comment below. What do you think about what's the positive thing that you can imagine would come out of discovering that a snake has two clits? Is it important for us to research this? Is it important for us to find out if, like, snakes actually enjoy sex? Do they do it recreationally? I bet you any money Megan Fall was going to get billions of dollars to figure that out, but we can't get like $3 million to get schools in Detroit books and furnaces. Yeah, Ali. They have two clits. Which leads me to believe that that's the reason why the male tongue is, the tongue of the snakes are forked. Right? Like if she had two clits and you're like licking it, that'd be perfect. I think I just discovered something, bro. I really do. I'm a scientist, guys. Did you know that? Yeah, I'm just a comedian, but I do a lot of thinking. And sometimes, every so often, I'll think of something that makes a lot of sense. And if I was a scientist, I could probably convince people to dump all kinds of money into my study and neglect helping black people in Detroit. You know, forget them. We got to figure out how to make these snakes come.
Come on, man.
You know what I'm saying? These female snakes need to be happy too. You know, most human being males can't find the clit and or don't care to find the clit. And you got a lot of angry women out here. I was going to say bitches, but bitches is funnier. But now I have to censor myself. Even though I just said it, and now the algorithm is going to think that I said it derogatorily, which I don't think is a real word, and then I'm going to get canceled. But yeah, I think it's important. We need to try to figure out how to make these female snakes bust. Meanwhile, what? Ollie Trad says, put that snake on the corner of Michigan Avenue. Oh, yeah. Michigan Avenue and Lanyo. Yes. That's where all the hookers are back in Detroit. Man, I remember back in the day when I was young and still living in Detroit, once in a while, we'll like get high and drive around and do dumb shit. And one of the things that we would do is we would like go down to Michigan and Lanyo and see the prostitutes, right? And anytime we saw a prostitute that was just super hot, like really beautiful, like almost too beautiful to be on Michigan and Lanyo, we'd roll up right next to her, we roll down the window, and we'd all scream, "Cop!" And then we drive off. One time I tried to pick up a prostitute. I was really, really drunk. I went to Michigan and Lanyo. I can't remember how old I was. I might have been like 23, 24. Probably out of the Marine Corps, man. And I was going to make a really, really, really bad mistake. It was one of those, I was like really drunk. And I remember that night I was desperate. I was desperate for female attention. And it probably because, man, in my 20s, dude, especially when I was out of the Marine Corps, I was a simp, man. I was just like so like wrapped up in girls and fucking love and blah, 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 blah. Man, if I can go back in time, man, I'll fucking hit myself. But I think I was like in one of those heartbroken moments. And then I decided, I was like, you know what? I was drunk. I remember I was drunk. So I drove to like Michigan and Lanyo, and I saw this one prostitute. And I remember she wasn't even that cute, man. But I was like so desperate. I was just like, I wanted something to happen. Then I pulled up next to her, right? And then I rolled down my window, and then she walked up to the window and everything. She's like, "What's up, baby?" And I said, and then I just had a conversation with her. I was like, "So how does this work?" And she's like, "Oh, you never done it before?" I was like, "Nah." I was like, this, that, and the other thing. I'm like, "So what?" And it was really funny. It's like she could tell that I'm not like the normal guy that would do this. So then she leans in and she's like, "Baby, you should just go home. You don't want this." And then I was like, "No, I do." And then she's like, "Nah, baby, you really don't. You don't belong out here." And then I'm like, "How you going to turn down business?" And she goes, "I'm a cop." And I just let go of the brake. And I didn't even say one word to her. I just let my car coast. It was so fucking funny when I think back at it. Because as soon as she said that, I didn't even say anything. I didn't say like, "Oh, really?" Or I just like, she said that, I just let go of the brake. And I was like, do, and just fucking left. Damn, I got lucky, bro. I got lucky. I could get caught up on a sting, man. But you could tell she liked me. You know, she liked me. She was like, "What's this young kid doing out here?" She's probably looking at me like, "What?" And I'm hammered. I was drunk. She could have easily like pinned me for being drunk. You know what I'm saying?
Come on, man.
But what the fuck's wrong with you cops? Dumbass motherfuckers. Oh yeah, remember this?
Sunday, Sunday, Sunday.
I fucking love that sound. I love that. The monster trucks.
Sunday, Sunday, Sunday.
But what they really say was,
Sunday, Sunday, Sunday. Be here or be queer.
God damn, bro. So homophobic. But I think that kind of makes sense though, because like if you're like an aggro guy, you probably go to the monster truck rallies, right? You're probably one of those guys that would be like, "I'm not gay," right? And then you're like, the monster truck guy's like,
Sunday, Sunday, Sunday. Be here or be queer.
"Oh, fuck, I'm not queer. I bought 10 tickets. Fuck you." Have you guys seen that Trump created a NFT? Have you guys seen these? I want to see if I can pull it up because I should have like teed up to talk about this, but I was really, really caught up on the discovery of fusion energy, which is amazing, man. It's amazing. It's amazing. But can we humans keep it together long enough until we get there? Or do you think we're going to blow ourselves to smithereens? If anybody's listening, wants to call in, phone lines are open, 313-915-4933. Give me a call. I've been like really busy cutting clips, booking shows, so I haven't really been like putting a lot of effort into getting guests on the podcast. I kind of want to like make my podcast area a little bit nicer. It's getting there, you know, but I want to make it more inviting. So anyways, aside from that, Trump NFTs. Have you guys seen this fucking shit? And last night when I was like looking at some of this stuff, the pictures are so ugly. They are. Like, I want to see if I can find some of these pictures real quick. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Let me share the screen. Let me get my stupid face on here too. What? Where did that thing go? But look at how ugly that thing is. Wait a minute. My thing is not working like I wanted it to. Am I on the... Oh, that's why. Hold on. If anybody watches this show, you know technical difficulties are just a part of the program. Part of the program. Don't I have this share here? There we go. Oh, you can see my face. Oh, man, then it's got this other camera. Oh, fuck. Now you got two of my faces? This is so weird. What? No, I don't like that. Sorry. Go back to sharing the screen this way. So these NFTs is something that Trump has been selling. Here's like a picture of him as like a superhero. Here's him like opening his shirt up and lasers coming out of his eyes. I mean, it's like narcissism on the most ridiculous level, right? First off, NFTs, man, are already confusing enough as it is, right? And now I'm kind of pissed off that I didn't buy any because I guess right now the shit's fucking blowing up. And how wouldn't it, man? The former president, no matter how goofy it is, people are still going to buy it. So a lot of people were making fun of his ass, especially in some articles I was reading and some news shit that I was reading, just making fun of his ass. Like, you know, how ridiculous. And the thing is like, you can almost see like the conservatives too are trying to get Trump out of the picture. It's very fucking interesting. Like if you were like watching like clips of Fox News and stuff, they are now like talking about Trump. Like, look at this fucking idiot. Look at these fucking things. But, you know, the media is all fake anyway. But it's still very interesting to see how they are now trying so hard to derail Trump so that they can like, you know, make him a non-viable candidate for the presidency. And even Fox News is kind of like, we're done with this guy. And I think a lot of the people this morning, I mean, a lot of people like right now, especially the people in government and in media, which they're pretty much in bed together. So like the elite players in Hollywood, they don't like Trump, even though like a lot of the Republicans have to kiss his ass because a lot of their constituents like him. So, you know, they have to play that game, which is very disgusting to watch these politicians do, right? Which just goes to show how fake these fucking NPCs are. But you can tell right now they're doing their best. Even Fox News is on it, and they're trying to like push him out. And listen, man, I don't fucking like the guy at all. I think he's toxic. I think he's on the same spectrum as Kanye. He just hasn't lost his wits enough to say whatever racist shit or whatever dumb misogynistic or whatever toxic shit that he wants to say. I mean, like the guy only cares about himself. So, of course, I would not want to see him run for president again. I would love to see him not. But listen, man, it's a free country. And if he runs, he runs. But what's fucking funny is that these NFTs, they're all making fun of him. And now when you look up online, it looks like the shit's blowing up and it's surging. It sells out in less than a day. Which makes me try to like beg the question, to ask the question, like, is it like what drives people to follow these people? Like, for example, for Kanye, I could tell Kanye was a piece of shit and he wasn't really that talented from the get-go. People just gave him so much importance. I think he was just very good at being a narcissist and getting people to love him for it. The same thing goes with Trump. They're like almost the same type of fucking person. And I've always knew that fucking Kanye was a piece of shit. But to me, what drives me crazy is that you couldn't convince anyone that loved Kanye that Kanye was a piece of shit until he said something about Jewish people. And then that's when the cork blew off. And then it just makes me go, why is it that we only like have certain races be the most important ones at any given time? You know what I mean? Have you ever noticed that? Like humanity seems to be like every so often they cycle 2 or 3 groups that, oh, if you say anything about that, you're a this or you're a that. Where we should be doing that for everyone equally, but it doesn't work that way, right? Like even with the whole transgender thing, as soon as that started becoming a hot topic, all of a sudden you couldn't even have a critical opinion about anything transgender because instantly talking about transgender people was like talking about Jewish people. Like you could say things about Jewish people that were positive, and then people would still be like, "Whoa, why did you fucking?" Whoa? And in all honesty, I think we should be like that for everything, but we don't, And that's the sad part. The sad part is that I've always known Kanye was a piece of shit, and I was befuddled by how people just like, just gave him excuses for all of his bullshit attitude and antics. And then he says things about Jewish people which were terrible and very anti-Semitic, and now all of a sudden he's a piece of shit. Well, all I can say is I can't wait for Trump to say something anti-Semitic so we can just stop fucking seeing this guy. Pieces of shit.
Come on, man.
Yeah, Ollie says whoever got the money they support. Very, very true. Anything that have a piece of history. Yeah, I can see that. Especially when people are like buying those NFTs. Yeah, it's just a piece of history, right? And you never know, man. The thing might fucking blow the fuck up. Like, what if he does become president? And listen, this is where people start getting... So to me, it's very interesting because I give a shit. I can give a fuck less about Trump. But to see the media, both the liberal media and the conservative media, both pushing how this guy's an idiot, this guy's stupid, I can't believe he's selling this stuff. What a fucking blah, blah, blah. They're just trying to get him out of the picture. But then what might happen is he might get very close to start winning. And then you're going to start seeing that split again. You're going to start seeing Fox News and the Republicans. Oh, man, fucking Trump. I just can't wait to suck his dick, man, eat his booty hole. I like to get some of that bacteria to help my microbiome. I'm drinking Canada Dry, bro. I don't know why they call it Canada Dry. Now, ever since I was a kid, bro, you just call it something else. Why dry? It's not dry. It's liquid. What the fuck you talking about? That was the dumbest thing I've said all week. All right, guys. Well, I'm hoping to get some guests on. I'm going to try to get an email going for this for anyone who wants to email any suggestions for the show, any guests that I should have on the show, any ideas. Topics to talk about. Anybody listening out there definitely would like to get a a producer to help produce this show. I probably don't even need that much help, but somebody to help out, that would be great. So I'm probably going to end up looking for that. But if anybody listening to this who wants to help out, let me know. Bolty says, are you still taking your vitamins? I know you said your doc told you to stop. Yeah, but I'm about to see a rheumatologist. I guess it's like a type of doctor that's able to be an investigator and try to figure out what is happening with your body. You know, like I've been having a lot of inflammation issues and stuff that would flare up. And sometimes I think it's food. Sometimes I think it's something else. You know, I think I might have arthritis in my thumb, but then it since I stopped taking all the stuff, it seems like things are getting better. And I think what it is I was taking too many fucking supplements and not drinking enough water. I was like not on my water game like I used to be. And then on top of that, I was drinking like 2 cans to 3 cans of energy drinks a day. So basically the rheumatologist, I haven't even met him yet. I guess he just went through my blood work and then he gave me a call and was like, yo, I want you to stop taking your vitamins. I want you to stop taking anything like that until you show up here. He wants me to show up with my vitamins. So then he's going to try to like figure out what he thinks might be going on. But I think what's going on, because he says it looks like my kidneys might be failing. And you know what? With the amount of energy drinks that I've been pounding, and then also the supplements and meds and not drinking enough water, I probably were overtaxing my kidneys. I usually have like a lot of discipline when it comes to drinking about 1 gallon of water a day because I'm taking so much protein and I'm taking so much vitamins, right? But like recently I've kind of like lost discipline on that side. You know, sometimes you get really busy, you focus on a bunch of other things, and then sometimes your brain like, it's like, all right, you know, this whole water thing is like not that important. But yeah, so with that is, yeah, I'm not taking my vitamins right now. At all. So, and I feel good, man. You know, I've been sleeping good recently. I still got that fucking neck problem that I have. I might have to get surgery, but we'll see. You know, it's all about like I got to stay on top of it. Like right now, I got to work on my posture and shit. I'm probably gonna end up doing another fitness podcast. I like to talk about fitness. I like to read a lot about science and nutrition. I try to like take a lot of protocols that slow down aging and stuff like that. But, you know, I also got to drink water. So, you know, but I'm going to get going, guys. I got a show tonight at the Comedy Store. I'll be at the Belly Room, 8 p.m. Anybody listening or watching, Seattle, this January 6th and 7th, 4 shows, 2 shows a night at Club Comedy in Seattle. And then February 17th and 18th, Sacramento, California at Laughs Unlimited. I'll be featuring, I don't know who the headliner is then. But yeah, guys, I love you. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much. Until next week, peace out.
Public Yemeni #1.